Hi everyone, I'm Dave and welcome to Littleton Railway, and today I'm going to show you how I made this workshop in a box file so I can service my model trains in style. Hello everyone, welcome to Littleton Model Railways, and today I'm going to turn this box file into something useful. Place to keep my tea. No, just kidding. So basically I've seen on YouTube people making box file layouts, which they look cute, but I want one that serves a purpose. And so I'm going to call this one Procrastination Works. It's going to be a nice little place for me to be able to work on servicing locos. The first step is to add some lighting. This has been easily done by just buying these £3 lights and sticking them on the inside of the box. Then of course £1 for a piece of spare track. For another £1 I've purchased this card kit. It's a very old mainline railways 00 gauge station building, but it will be perfect for decorating the back of the box, just so I've got something a little more interesting to look at. I will be adding this foam holder to the inside of the lid so that I've got somewhere secure to put the locos when I'm working on them. I was going to remove this, but on second thoughts it might come in useful. Perhaps I could, put a piece of track here, or just use it to, if I flip the box over onto its back, it can hold a loco into place whilst I paint it or do something with it. Or also when it's fully extended, I could perhaps hang things on it that I don't want resting on the surface. So there's the station all unpacked. Now I'm not going to make a station. The idea is to use these to make what looks like engine sheds in the background. So there it is mocked up. I've decided to use some of the spare pieces to blank out the doors and windows, as you would often see. And here, this isn't going to go all the way to the end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to solder some wires to this bit of track, feed it underneath here, and then this will be a little space to tuck away the wires, and then I can use this at least for small tank engines to test the train after I've serviced it. Messy, 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 messy. Oh, bugger. Okay, so there we go. We now have the very first pieces of the buildings glued in. I didn't have enough bricks to cover up those windows, so I've just decided that it's night time, which kind of matches with the lighting provided by the little lamps. They kind of give the impression of yard lighting. And the next thing I'm going to do is attach a piece of roof to this to hold this steady against the end. Okay, so there we go, that's the background scenery complete, and now to move on to the track. So I'd originally planned to add a buffer stop here, and it will fit an A4 in this space, so I know it's just enough, but it's right up against the edge, and I'd like to be able to see both ends of the loco. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a sleeper from this piece of scrap track and glue it on the end to make the buffers. With the sleeper removed, the next step is to shave off the base plates and then paint where the base plates were white or red. I've put a load of glue down, put the track in, just check clearance, make sure this is okay, clear of the building, that's fine. Right, time to add the ballast. The ballast I use is Gagemaster GM118. It's for N scale, but I think the N scale ballast actually looks quite realistic on O gauge. I think some of the O gauge ballasts can be somewhat oversized, and I apply it to the track using this old herb pot It's quite handy with the holes on the top. Makes application quite easy, I find. I've sprayed the ballast with soapy water, and I've got here the water PVA mix, and I'm about to add it. And I'm going to do so very, very lightly, because I am, of course, conscious of the fact that this is this is made of cardboard, and that I could potentially warp the box file, which I really don't want to do. So I'm going to be very cautious with how much I put on. I'm going to add a sprinkling of GM 101 light green scatter, just in a few places on the track and the ballast, to give it a kind of like an overgrown look, an unattended look. And then I'll be adding some of this Woodland Scenics medium green underbush. I'm going to get some glue there, and then I'm going to use the tweezers, dip it in the glue, and then put it along the cracks and the joints to sort of cover them up. There it is with the grass and the bushes added, and now I'll get a very fine brush and rust the rails to give them a bit of an aged look to match the overgrown nature of the buildings. The colour I'm going to use to rust the rails is burnt sienna. With the rails rusted, that's everything I wanted to do with the background done. So now I'm going to start fitting pieces to the inside of the lid, and perhaps some up to the top. Things that I'll need. So for starters, I'm going to be gluing this foam cradle just here. And the reason for that, it seems like a bit of a shame that it's so close to the display. But the reason for that is because I want the tools in front of the loco, not behind. Otherwise I'm clumsy and I will end up knocking whatever I'm working over when trying to reach tools if I put it the other way around. And then also the other reason is that when this isn't in use, this section will be clear, so this will fit neatly here in front of the building. As it's nice and soft, it won't damage it, and it will protect it if in case anything comes loose. It should stop anything knocking around near the scenery and damaging it. And also with the clip still in place, when that comes across, I want this to have clearance from the clip. And just to show that, I'll close the lid carefully, and you can see with the light on that there's plenty of clearance there. It doesn't touch the buildings, and it's nice and clear from the clip. With that done, the next thing I'm going to set in place is this tool set. These are really cheap. In fact, and they're so cheap that's broken, and I need to swap that one out for a fixed one. But I'm going to glue this down, and I'm going to glue the front down rather than the back, so that it folds over this way, and that's so that when it's folded it sits this side and leaves this space nice and clear for anything to clip or what else might go in that space. The other advantage of having this here is that this can actually act as a pin tray or screw tray or whatever to put small pieces in that you've taken off the loco, stop them rolling around, and with a short distance between there and the cradle, I'm less likely to drop them and have them roll off somewhere. Okay, now the track's a bit drier, time to test it, make sure it works. In the wrong direction. There we go. So I'm currently running this off a controller, but what I might do is buy one of these little things that has the connections for a 9-volt battery on, and then I can solder that together, and then what I can do is I can just attach a 9-volt battery to it to get it to run up and down. Right, so as you can see, I have changed my mind. I decided that that was blocking the view a bit too much, and I really want to see what the work that I've done there, because I think it looks really pretty. So I've swapped it around, put the toolbox there, and here where I've created this mess, I'll print off a station sign with the name of like the yard. So I've decided this is where the rubbing alcohol will stay. That does make me a bit nervous because it is loose in the box and could damage the scenery. So I'll put a sticker on the outside of the box to say keep this way up, and then this will help it stop sliding around. And then the other things I need to do are to figure out a way of storing these items. So we've got the cotton buds, track rubber, some glue, because I'm always breaking things and needing to fix them, or just to fix the engine, the lube, and the silicone gel. And then I'm also going to fit this. I thought this looks kind of nice with the bunting on, so I'm going to fit this from the corner of the box there, so that this won't go past a 90-degree angle. So there it is, it's finished, it's done. I found ways of fitting in the last couple of items. The silicone gel just sits here snugly in the cradle. The glue goes there, and I've got the cotton buds up the top there, and the lube goes is held in by the clip there, and it finally has a name, and I have called it, rather appropriately, Procrastination Station. I hope you've really enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again soon.